Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Phoenix, and in this video, I wanted to discuss some of the topics that were covered over the 2021 Calpheon Ball and share some of my opinions with you. If you guys do enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like, consider subscribing to the channel, and hit that notification bell to get notified when new videos go live. Let's get started. So the first thing I want to cover is the brand new region, Mountain of Eternal Winter. This was the first 30 minutes of the Calpheon Ball, so if you are curious to know more about it, feel free to go back and check out the Black Desert Games Twitch VOD to see more. Now, this region is unique in the sense that it will actually contain another starting point for the main quest line. As you know, we start at the Ancient Stone Chamber every single time. Now we will have the option to choose between the Ancient Stone Chamber or the Mountain of Eternal Winter. I'm very excited to see where that questline will lead and how things will change, as they have mentioned they wanted to do less kill mob and turn in quest focused quest lines, and they're going to be trying something new, so we'll see. Another thing in the Mountain of Eternal Winter is the different mob mechanic event, and in this event it's kind of like tower defense. So what ends up happening is you have a thing, you defend it, and mobs come at you in hordes and waves. And you stay in one spot, you kill the mobs, and you move on with your life. And that is going to be called Terror of the Abyss. And it's only going to be in the mountain region. I'm excited for that. I'm very excited for that. They didn't show it in the preview, however, so we'll see what it looks like IRL. Another thing coming is the snowboard mount for the winter region. I don't know if you can use it anywhere else yet. I'm not super excited about this snowboard. I don't know, does it only go downhill? How do I get up? Do I take my horse up the hill and then snowboard down? How can I control it? I don't know. I don't know too much about this. It doesn't sound very reasonable unless they can make the snowboard go uphill and you can maybe enhance the snowboard or make it better somehow. We'll see what happens there. Maybe put some thrusters on it or a rocket thing. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. They also announced a little llama mount that I think is only for the shy and goes about as fast as a human or a character walks. Not that crazy. It's cute though, for sure. Another thing in this Mountain of Eternal Winter is a debuff. It's called the Frostbite debuff, and it is very similar to what we currently have in Valencia. So we have the desert debuff in Valencia, and Hash has some immunity to it. Same thing will be for, you guessed it, Guardian. Yes, I am very excited because, as you may know, my main class is a Guardian, and I love her to death, love her to bits and pieces, so I'm excited that she will have a region that is her own. Very, very great, PA, thank you. Now, this region is going to be released in KR on December 29th, and they said that most of the time when things get released in KR, it takes about 8 months for it to be released everywhere else. So we can expect this about 8 months from now. So August of next year, I don't know. They said they might make it a little bit sooner. They're going to try their best to push for it to come out sooner, so we'll see what happens there. I'm really excited. Please be sooner, please. With that, I hope that was a nice overview for the Mountain of Eternal Winter. The next thing we'll talk about is T5 pets. This is definitely something that the community has been looking for and is very excited to know that it is confirmed. The only thing is the developers are trying to find a way to make it free to play so that you can use in-game items or do something in the game to get that T5 pet rather than purchase from the Pearl Shop and then merge to make that T5 pet. So we'll see what happens with that. I think T5 pets are extremely necessary, especially with the Elvia region being a thing and getting that weapon buff from Elvia. You clear mobs very quickly with that weapon buff, especially in places like Baragi Den and Altar Imps, and even Orcs sometimes I leave loot behind. I'm not sure about Bloody Monastery, I don't go there yet, but you leave a ton of loot behind. The T5 pets would help greatly in areas like that when you have a weapon. Now we also have Valencia, which was recently buffed up to 300 mil per hour and more, which is wild to me because you one-shot mobs from a very low AP there. And once again, the pet loot speed is just not fast enough. I've been at Pila Ku for 50 hours farming a map piece and none have dropped for me, and I can't help but wonder, maybe if I had some T5 pets, I might loot faster and maybe there'll be a map piece in one of those loots. I don't know. It's a possibility, and now I'm thinking about it. So hopefully we get those T5 pets soon. We'll see what happens. There's been so many new changes with the regions, yet the pets have stayed the same. It is time for a change, guys. Maybe if we push for it, I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's confirmed though, so The next thing we'll go over is the Infinite Potion and Family Inventory. Those of you who have watched the ball are probably as aggravated and annoyed as I am that the Infinite Potion has been confirmed to never go in the family inventory, or at least the person was like, nope, straight out blatantly said no, even though on July 31st, 2021, there was a developer talk where they discussed all of these things, and they did say, I will make it happen, when talking about infinite potions going into the family inventory. And if you are curious to watch this video and you know some Korean, there will be a link in the description down below to this video, as well as a link to the Reddit post where someone explained everything and broke it down into little points and sections for us English speakers to understand a little bit better. So feel free to check that out. It's a great and very informational post, and they have implemented quite a few things that they talked about. However, it was kind of aggravating that they just said no when it was brought up on Calpheon Ball last night. We need infinite potions in family inventory. A lot of people have spent hundreds of hours grinding out their ancient potions. Hundreds of hours. Now, my guess is with the pity system that came out recently, the developers are sitting there thinking, hey, you know, they might not need this to go in the family inventory since they can go and create smaller potions for their alternative characters. But honestly, that is just extremely time consuming, especially since with the pity piece system, it still takes a lot of time, upwards of 100+ hours, since the pity pieces have a decently low rate of dropping. It's about 1 to 2 per hour from what I've heard on average. Some people get lucky, some people get 0 per hour. And so you're just stuck grinding out teeny tiny HP pots for your alternative characters. And that's just super annoying because putting these pots in family inventory, it doesn't even cost them anything. It doesn't cost them money. It doesn't lose the money. It does nothing beneficial or detrimental to PA. It is simply a nice quality of life change that I think every adventurer would greatly benefit from. And honestly, it's just something we need, especially since I keep saying especially, I know, but since the mana pot cannot be broken down into small pieces, it is greatly annoying to have to go grind all of those the whole thing out for every character that needs a mana pot. I'm lucky Guardian doesn't need a mana pot, but I know a lot of other classes, they do need a mana pot, and like places like Monshams, even with the pity piece, can still take so many hours sheer as well. It's ridiculous, guys. We need to push for this. We need that infinite pot in the family inventory. It's going to make everything so much easier and going to be a very welcome quality of life change. I feel like if we as a community come together and just really buckle down on them, maybe we'll get something out of it. My 2 cents on that one. I was very upset. Topic 4 is going to be PvP updates. There are some nice PvP updates coming, as I'm sure many adventurers are very excited about. First up is the ranked arena. The rankings are going to be based on character and not player, which I think is going to be great because then someone can't just someone won't be able to hop on a different character and then go try PvP and be like in big leagues when they've been playing Witcher Wizard, you know, stuff like that. I think it's going to be very, very fun for everybody. The other thing coming out is a new RBF map in Valencia. And this one is going to have control or capture zones. And I think it's going to be really fun because I play Destiny 2 and control is one of my favorite game modes. What you do is you go and capture a zone, then you have to defend it, capture it back from other people. You have a certain amount of time to get the most points. I have a feeling this will be something very similar, and I am looking forward to it a lot. This might be one of the PvP game modes that I actually decide to play. So yes, for those of you who are excited, stay excited. Next, I briefly want to go over the new gear that's coming. We have the Fallen God helmet that was confirmed. We all knew it was already coming, and we all kind of figured, hey, the embers that you need to get will be in the Mountain of Eternal Winter, most likely the new region, of course, and that is what it is. And I honestly think that those monsters that we saw in the preview are going to be where you get those embers. They kind of look like Turos, so that's why I'm thinking, hey, that might be what we need to farm 100 hours for. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Another thing coming is the Black Star sub-weapon. I know a lot of you are looking forward to that as well, especially since you want a full Black Star set. It looks very pretty and very red, and I like it a lot too. So hopefully those of you who have been looking forward to it are still excited because it's coming. Yay! The last thing to mention is the Deboreka belt. is now going to be there, and you will have to farm Crypt of Resting Thoughts to get it. So if you have 305 AP and 400 plus DP, go get your Deborah's belt. And if you don't, sucks to suck, huh? You and me both. Yes. The next thing that is going to be introduced is an artifact. This artifact is a new type of accessory. However, it will not give you any AP or DP. It will simply give you bonus stats such as accuracy, DR, resist, all sorts of things like that. Evasion, I assume too. We'll see. I don't know too much about it. It was all in Korean, but stuff like that is supposed to allow for more customization when building your character. However, BDO doesn't really have a lot of customization. From what I've seen, you go either evasion or DR, depending on the character you're playing. You can choose to go Black Star, Boss Gear, but that's pretty much the limit. There's always going to be a meta for something, and most likely will be running with resist. So, yay. We'll see what happens with that. Maybe even accuracy. But that's the new gear little breakdown for you guys. The last thing is the event for tagging is coming, and what this means is that you will be able to tag a character for 1 Marnie fuel, and this will be live after the reworks because they want to give you a way to test out multiple characters without spending billions on tagging and untagging and retagging. Yeah, so you won't have to spend billions. This is an event. It's not a permanent thing, but it's going to give a lot of us ways that we can test out other characters without starting from the bottom or without spending a ton of money. Very excited. I have quite a few classes I want to try out, Warrior being one of them, Dark Knight as well. We'll see what happens with that. Definitely going to tag my lawn. I wonder if after you tag and the event ends, do you get to keep the tag? That's a good question to ask. Now that would have been a really nice question to ask during the Q&A. Now to finish up, I'd like to share some of my thoughts on the ball as a whole. Now keep in mind, I only attended Heidel Ball and Calpheon Ball, so I don't have a lot of experience in how the balls work, but I can say that I did enjoy Heidel Ball a lot more, and it really captured my attention a lot more. Now, I do think that it was a neat idea to hear questions from the community. I thought it was amazing that they introduced or included the community in such a way. However, it felt like it dragged on forever. You guys, I sat there for 2.5 hours, and I was like, when is this gonna end? Mostly because a majority of the questions were redundant and unnecessary or had already been answered previously in full, and then people just keep asking them again. It was ridiculous. I was so shocked. Like, were you guys not paying attention? You're in the damn audience. I just personally feel like the questions should have more relevance to what the community wants, and it should represent what the community is thinking. There are plenty of ways that you can go about finding this information. Go on Reddit, Discord, check things out before joining a live audience where you may be called on to ask a relevant question that we're all waiting to hear. Questions about the T5 pets and the infinite potion were the only one that was like, yes, that's a good question. So we'll see. Some of the PvP questions were okay too, but it felt like it was an overwhelming amount of PvP questions. I don't know. I feel like that could have been run a little bit better. I don't have any ideas on how to do that yet, but if you guys do, let me know. I also stopped watching after the question period ended, so I do know that they played some Yar and they did some art, which was also really cool. So I don't know if that's something that interests you. Yay, I'm glad you enjoyed it. So with that, you guys, I hope that was a nice little summary / my opinions of the Calpheon Ball. I definitely didn't cover everything, so make sure to go back and check it out. And I do have a wonderful list put together by by an amazing person, hand-me-down, who kind of detailed everything and made like a little checklist or bullet points of everything that happened in the Calpheon Ball. So if you do want to see that, it is pinned under general chat under the BDO section of my Discord, which there will be a link to the Discord down below. And if you guys ever do want to catch me live on Twitch, I stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, so 5 p.m. Pacific. So I hope to see you guys there, or I'll see you in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.